How's it going, everybody? Once again, welcome to or back to FS2S. Today, we will be starting chapter 6 of the 6-7 dually project. I hear a lot of people say that it's impossible to paint chrome bumpers. They say that they just can't get the paint to stick, or it just flakes off. Rock chips kind of just tear it all apart. So a lot of companies, a lot of shops will refuse to paint chrome bumpers. So I've never actually attempted to paint chrome bumpers myself before, but I figured why not give it a try right now. Hopefully, with all the right preparation, it'll turn out nicely. So let's go. So here is currently what the bumper looks like. Very dusty, very dirty. And I feel like the fact that it's a chrome bumper is what throws it off the most, now that most of the rest of the truck is becoming paint matched. So I guess step one of this whole process would be to take this bumper off. So let's get started. Okay, so I've got the bumper here, and before I can begin any paint preparation, I'm actually going to be installing these flush mount pods here. But not just one per side, two. Let me just wipe some of this down here. Perfect. Okay, so I measured them all out and drew up these squares here so I'll know where to cut. And let's begin. Okay, one down and 3 to go. I'm just going to test the fitment really quick. And it doesn't fit. And now this is kind of a mock-up of how the lights are going to look on the truck. Obviously this is before paint, but as far as the lights go, I think it looks pretty good. And now for the fun part of tearing this bumper all apart and getting it prepared for the paint. I pretty much need to remove everything off of the bumper that's not going to be painted. Here we have the shell of the bumper. All the plastic, lights, and sensors have been removed. Now I'm going to be using 80 grit sandpaper to scuff down all the chrome. I guess that the goal here is to make sure that there's no longer any shiny reflective spots left after sanding it all down. Now that I've got it about halfway done here, you can see that on this first side it looks very dull and scratched up. I can barely see my reflection anymore, and this side is still very chrome and reflective. Alright, here we have it all finished up. There's no longer any spot that shows up as chrome, and I think we're good to begin painting this thing. Here's another quick comparison of what the bumper looked like before all the sanding. Alright, so I've washed up the bumper as much as necessary. There are a few spots on the top here that are still a little bit dusty and faded, but I didn't bother getting all that too well because it'll all be covered by the black plastic later. And you could also see that I'm using my very professional paint hanger as well. So first I will be using this self-etching primer by Reinstallation. If you just use regular primer first, then the chances of paint sticking to the chrome will be much less. Okay, the etching primer is now all dry and I'm ready to begin the next step of this process. Now this is when we jump into the automotive primer. Here's what it looks like all dry. I can now begin to wet sand this a good bit, get it nice and smooth in order to finally be able to begin painting. I will be using 600 grit sandpaper and plenty of water in the process. And once again, I'm using this Touch Up Express paint. It worked well for me in my previous videos, so we're gonna go with it again. Here we have the finished product. I'm going to completely let it dry overnight and then get this thing on the truck first thing in the morning. So I'm just gonna set the camera right here on the tailgate. And as you can see, it's pretty much pitch black. And once I put this thing into reverse, the entire world is lit up. The light shines very far out. Alright then, there you have it. What do you guys think? I think it turned out pretty good. I guess time will tell if painting the chrome will really last, but so far, it looks fantastic. The touch-up paint matches the truck perfectly, and I'm satisfied. It was a little bit of work, tearing the bumper apart and putting all that junk back together, but I think it was worth it. Thank you all for watching, and that concludes Chapter 6 of the 6.7 Dually project. Do stay tuned, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next video.